Laws are society's way of maintaining order. Without them, everything would go into chaos. Even though they are meant to be helpful, some laws are beyond reasoning and can only be described as crazy. In today's video, we'll be taking a look at the 20 craziest laws from around the world. But before we get started, make sure you subscribe to the channel, like the video, and turn on post notifications to stay connected with us. With that out of the way, let's get started. 20. It's illegal to go hiking naked in Switzerland. I don't know who would ever want to go hiking naked, but in Switzerland, this is not allowed. This law was made official after some Swiss and German travelers decided it would be best to go hiking naked. This happened a decade ago and was already becoming a thing until Swiss officials had to put an end to it by reminding the public indecency law. In 2011, a Swiss man got fined more than $100 for just walking bare-bottom. The craziness of this law is more in the fact that anyone would even want to go hiking naked and less in the law itself. Number 19. It's illegal to chew gum in Singapore. According to many health experts, chewing gum helps boost blood flow and improve memory. Even with these benefits, in Singapore it's illegal to chew gum. How does something as simple as chewing gum become unlawful, you may ask? Well, things like this happen when people push their luck too far. The law was made in Singapore after vandals used chewing gum to mess with the mass rapid transit system. The Housing Development Board of Singapore spent over a year and over $150,000 to clean up the mess. To this day, anyone caught importing, selling, or making gum will be fined in Singapore. Number 18. It's illegal to feed pigeons in Venice. Feeding pigeons can be very satisfying, but in Venice, it is illegal to do this. The law was implemented after thousands of pigeons would descend upon St. Mark's Square and Venice to be fed by the tourists visiting. It was estimated that the cleanup from the birds cost each citizen €275 every year. So instead of making citizens pay for something caused by tourists, the government implemented a €700 fine on anyone that feeds pigeons. Number 17. Wearing heels to the Acropolis is illegal. Imagine trying to look your best with a pair of heels, but it's illegal because there's a law against it. Sad, isn't it? Well, that's how the people of the Acropolis in Greece feel. In 2009, the country placed a ban on high heels because they wanted to protect their ruin. For those of you who don't know, Acropolis is an ancient citadel located on a rocky hill above the city of Athens. The citadel contains many old buildings, the most famous one being Pantheon. To protect the citadel from the damage caused by the sharp ends, the country had to place a ban on them. Number 16. You are not allowed to wear a Winnie the Pooh shirt in Poland. Most of you watching this video right now know the cartoon character Winnie the Pooh. Not only do we know Winnie, but he is also very loved, especially among children. Even though the cute bear doesn't pose harm to anyone, it should be noted that he doesn't wear any pants. Because of this, Poland issued a ban on Winnie the Pooh shirts. They believed the naked bear could leave an impression on the kids. Number 15. It is illegal to ride a cow drunk in Scotland. When I came across this law, the first thing that came to mind was, who would even want to try this? Well, I guess in Scotland, this is a thing. The law was made to protect themselves when in charge of a cow, horse, carriage, or steam engine. So if you don't want to get injured while riding a cow, stay away from any liquor. Number 14. It is illegal to take selfies with Buddha in Sri Lanka. This is somewhat a spiritual law, but it is illegal to take selfies with Buddha in Sri Lanka. The law comes from the fact that when you take a selfie with Buddha, you have your back turned to him, which is a sign of disrespect. Anyone who breaks this law and is seen disrespecting Buddha is punishable by imprisonment in Sri Lanka. My advice to you is respect the Buddha and don't turn your back to him. Number 13. It is illegal to wear a mask in Denmark. Halloween is fast approaching and soon everyone will be wearing a different mask except those in Denmark. The country in August 2018 placed a ban on wearing masks, helmets, scarves, hats, fake beards, and even burqas. The reason behind this ban is to help officials identify people during crowded events. So if you are currently in Denmark, find another way to celebrate Halloween aside from wearing a mask. Number 12. Flying a kite is illegal in Victoria, Australia. We all know how satisfying it is to fly a kite. In Victoria, Australia, flying a kite is illegal. Yeah, you heard it right, flying a harmless kite is illegal. The authorities believe that when you fly a kite in a public space, it will bother another person, which is not allowed in Victoria, Australia. So if by any chance you can find a place where flying a kite won't bother anyone, then I guess it's okay to do it. Number 11. Going shirtless in Barcelona is illegal. We all know how sometimes there is so much heat you have to walk around shirtless. Well, in Barcelona, you aren't allowed that luxury. The law was made because Barcelona officials wanted to keep beachgoers in bikinis and shirtless men off the streets. Anyone seen walking around topless anywhere apart from the beach or swimming pool would be fined a sum of €260. Number 10. It's illegal to swear in the UAE. This law isn't awful in my opinion. In the UAE, anyone caught swearing could get fined, jailed, or deported. Quoting Article 373 of UAE Penal Code, swearing disgraces the honor of a modest person. A statement I completely agree with. If you like to swear, the UAE isn't the place for you. Number 9. You can't die in a town in France without a pre-registered burial plot. Imagine getting punished for dying without owning a pre-registered burial plot. Well, in the small town of Saint-Laurent in France, this is a thing. The reason for this law is because the cemetery of the town is full. The mayor issued the law in 2008 and stated that offenders would be punished. How he intends to punish the dead is entirely beyond me. Number 8. You must walk your dog daily in Rome. Again, this is a law I agree with because dogs need regular exercise. For anyone who has read some of Rome's laws, you will know that they have strict laws against animal cruelty, and part of those laws include walking your pet dog daily. Anyone who fails to comply with this law could face a fine of $625. Number 7. You must honk when passing a car in New Jersey. As weird as this may sound, this is an actual law in New Jersey. When driving across the road of this state, you are legally required to make a honk that you are about to pass a car on the left. The reason the law was made is unknown, but if you do fail to honk when passing a car in New Jersey, you will be faced with a fine. Number 6. It's illegal to build a sandcastle in Spain. Sandcastles are an essential part of having a good day on the beach. Without them, going to the beach wouldn't feel the same. In Spain, even though sandcastles are fun, it is illegal to build them or even attempt building them. It doesn't matter if you're a child or an adult, anyone who tries it could face a fine as hefty as €1,500. Number 5. It's illegal to pee in the ocean in Portugal. If you're the sort of person that likes to pee inside pools or beaches, you need to stop or at least pray you don't meet yourself in Portugal or you could get arrested. The law was made to keep beaches and pools clean for everybody. The only downside to this law is how would they prove if someone is guilty or not? To prevent any embarrassment or fine, I advise you stick to using the restroom. Number 4. It's illegal for married women to have more than one glass of wine in Bolivia. Single women in Bolivia are living the life. They can stay out or drink as many bottles of wine as they want. However, this doesn't apply to married women. In the country, there's a law that makes it illegal for married women to have more than one glass of wine. We can all agree that this law is sexist. Bolivia officials believe that alcohol could make a woman more immoral, and if she is caught drinking in public, her husband is free to divorce her. Number 3. It's illegal to disrupt a wedding in Australia. If you're one of those people who love to disrupt weddings, Australia shouldn't be on a list of places you want to visit. We all know it's normal for the preacher to ask if anyone has an objection to the marriage, but in Australia, all complaints should be kept to themselves. Anyone caught disrupting a marriage will face a fine and possibly 2 years in jail. Number 2. It's illegal to climb a tree in Toronto. This law is for those people that like to explore by climbing trees. In Toronto, this act is illegal under the law. Anyone caught climbing a tree in Toronto will face a fine of $365. Back in 2013, a young man was fined for doing this in Bellevue Square Park. Number 1. It's illegal for men to wear strapless gowns in Florida. Lastly, in today's video, we have this bizarre law that makes it illegal for men to wear strapless gowns. The craziness of this law is that a man would even think of wearing a strapless gown. The law only goes against wearing strapless gowns, so any other gown you choose to wear as a man is okay under the law. With that, we have come to the end of today's video. Which of these laws do you consider to be the craziest? Let us know in the comments section below. Until next time, stay safe.